Lizzo tweeted, she said, "This may be a random time to say this, but it's on my heart. Cancel culture is appropriation. There was real outrage from truly marginalized people, and now it's become trendy, misused, and misdirected. I hope we can phase out of this and focus our outrage on the real problems."
I agree with this.
Same, 100%.
Yeah. I think you're going to...
That's because you got canceled.
No. Let's go. You ready to go?
Let's hit it.
Fire up the engines,
yes,
everybody.
Start the clock.
Let's go. Net Positive Podcast, second week of January. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Full house today.
Full.
We're five wide.
Oh, yeah.
On the couch. I got a intro for our guest.
Yeah.
You want me to do it?
You do it.
All right, and you add to it.
Okay, I'll ad-lib it.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio today, let's see, Broadway extraordinaire, TikTok famous, multi-talented, been in several of my videos.
Recorded some of your videos.
I know, been in several, recorded of them, been voiceover on some of them, been in some of them.
Contributed to her own intro.
Contributed, yeah.
See, I have a
You want to do it herself. Long time, friend of mine for a long time. And we had interesting perspectives. We want to talk about tipping, and we want to talk about, most important, former Amish. Is this true?
The former Amish life. Yes.
Jemima June is in the house,
go.
Everybody. Let's go. And also, I was going to say this in your intro, but I don't know if I want to put that out right up top. Irresponsible dog owner.
Yes, very irresponsible dog owner.
Okay,
irresponsible?
Yes, irresponsible.
Not responsible.
I was walking the other day, and there was this couple walking, and there was this dog in the road.
Okay.
Like running around. And how far do you live from me? Like you live like 100 yards from me?
Yeah,
maybe?
probably 100 yards.
And I go, that looks like it was like running in the road. At what time? And then was this like not early?
I'm laughing out of nervousnyou because this is making me look so bad.
No.
It's fine. It's so fine because
it ends with you looking good because I was like, that looks like Jemima's dog. And I think your dog is running. I'm not a pet guy, but your dog is running around in the street is a phone call.
Yeah,
that's not
absolutely.
That's not a text.
There's urgency there.
It might have been a FaceTime.
No,
it was a call. I go, hey, because that would be. I would say if you called me or I called you, like something is happening.
It's more of just like, let's talk about it now.
Like if you called me, so I'm guessing you're with one of my friends, or you were like out and you were like, John has to see, or we have to tell. It wouldn't be like
more urgent.
Yeah. So you're like, oh, John Crist is calling. You're like, what?
I was like, okay.
I was like, you think your dog's in the road?
And I was like, my dog. And let me tell you, it was the day after Halloween.
So was it?
Yeah. I was not feeling very well.
No, you weren't feeling good. She wasn't feeling
good.
Under the weather.
Yeah, and I have a fenced-in backyard, and Liam is great, but every now and then he'll figure out that one little spot that he's maneuvered
he was
out.
He was ready to go.
And normally my cameras will catch that. Like, my cameras will catch him leaving my backyard, and then I'm like, oh, Liam, and then I run to go get him. But I wasn't really paying attention to anything.
Well, you hate to see it.
It was a self-care day. Understood.
So thank you for saving my dog's life and bringing him back.
You know what?
Give it up for John saving that dog's life.
That's how I was going to try to intro this.
And now you can add that to your list of things. Dog savior.
Michael Jr. is a comic. He has a buddy about how he's a black comic. He's like, black comics name their dogs like nouns, and white people name their dogs human names. Like Liam is a great name. Is a white person's dog name.
It's like a bad little kid name that should be a dog's name.
Liam. A kid who has a trust fund.
Exactly.
Yeah, Liam. Yeah.
Well, he's an Australian Shepherd, so I named him after Liam Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah. And you let Liam Hemsworth into the road.
Into the road, yep. No.
Well, I wonder what dogs, what goes through their head when they're like, this is unbelievable.
Well, there was another time my sister.
Yeah, because you're always trying to keep him, like he's always at the window.
He should be herding like 800 sheep on a farm.
Oh, yeah, you got him trapped in a house with some plants.
He was trying to get the cars. He was trying to herd the cars.
He probably was trying to herd the other people.
I mean, he was like,
he'd be a great valet.
Yeah.
He's also gotten out one time and ran around and came back up to my front door when he was ready to come back in. And that terrifies me because I'm like,
how long have you been out here?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a road. Like, it terrifies me.
How are you going to have kids?
Well, I don't know if that's really in my deck. Of
Oh, yeah.
cards.
It's on your deck. Go ahead.
So you can see
You're like,
how
"John,
I'm handling
3
my
minutes
dog.
in. 3 minutes in.
Yeah, right.
Come on, I've got plenty of nieces and
Oh,
nephews.
yeah.
I'm the Aunt
How-
Jemima.
Oh, yeah. That's your real name?
Aunt
People
Jemima.
ask me that all the time.
Yeah.
She's like, is that because we follow each other and we interact on the internet? She's like,
Yeah.
I was like, is that
That her real
I think
name.
Lydia was like, is that her real name?
Yeah. People
was
try
like-
to whiten it up as much as they can. They'll be like, Jemima, Gina. I'm like, Jemima. And
Just
they're
say
like,
Jemima.
"Ooh." I like Aunt Jemima. And they're
Wait,
like,
are
I
you-
don't want to say it.
Are
You're
you
scared.
Yeah. They're like, I didn't want to jump and say that right away. I'm like,
Well, because you're nearing that. I think you're, like Drake or like Cher. They're just like one word
Right.
name.
one name. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
My
sure.
middle
You're
name's-
there.
yeah.
You go by Jemima June.
Well, my middle name's June. So I feel like it's more of a Jemima June.
Those are both real?
Yeah. Well, I have two middle names Jemima Shalom June Cowers.
Shalom.
Gosh,
Shalom.
what?
Dude, you're the coolest person to ever sit on this couch.
That is wild.
Well, I don't even have the weird names. My little sister's names are Tikva, Talea, Nedova, and Shakara Evolves are their middle names.
Yo, they just went.
What
different.
planet in the Star Wars universe did you guys move from?
Hey.
my
That's
mom-
incredible.
My mom ran out of names by the time she had me. I'm the
Okay.
eighth.
Well, sometimes there's a lot of like there's a lot
That's
of
amazing.
country artists that's not their name.
Yeah.
Like that's
changed
your
it.
name.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that? You're like, my name's Jemima June.
It's
They're
it's
like-
almost like you want to come on and be like, and that's my real name. Like attach it to the
Same with
name.
mine.
Yeah.
My middle name
Yeah.
is Barack.
Right.
And everybody, that's always been a thing because I'm like, my last name's Crist. And they're like, oh, you're like a Christian. He's like, you think I picked
Yeah.
John Barack Crist? You think I chose that? But like,
Sounds
there's,
great. It has a flow.
yeah.
Has a great flow with
Well,
it.
it's John Barrick is really
Yeah.
how it's pronounced. John Barrick Crist.
But people pronounce it Barack.
Barack. Yeah.
I think whenever the first time you were texting me about it because you didn't think my real name was Jemima.
No, obviously.
And
I don't trust anyone
Yeah,
off the jump. I go,
I
no,
get that.
I'm not doing this.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, well, because you said Barack and I called you a Barat, and you were
Oh,
like,
yeah, I remember
is
that.
that a joke? And I was
Barat.
like,
Yeah.
and you thought I was saying your middle name.
What,
and I
what
was
is this
like,
recall from 3
yeah.
years ago?
yeah, but I was like,
Wow.
how would I know your middle name? And then
Oh, yeah.
but you were just kind of conceited and thought I knew everything about
That's
you
not
at
good.
that point.
Don't say that.
So, like-
It's more self-conscious. We've
Oh, yeah.
we've unpacked
Don't
that
say
here a
this
little
is
bit.
the start of the
Yeah.
okay.
But we went down to my family goes to like Amish, like we celebrate Amish holidays.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that because we talked about that last week.
Mhm.
And I go, you know what we should get on here? Like we should get Jemima on here because you grew up. That's how we connected. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because that's like a very odd.
That's about as
It's a-
niche as it gets.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was
Yeah.
your background.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
background. Yeah, I mean, like I think when people first hear my name, they're a little thrown off. Like, oh, where'd your mom get that name from? And I'm saying it's very biblical. Like,
So I asked the thing that everyone
There
asks, and
you
you'd be
go.
mad about it. Okay, go ahead.
but,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
a biblical name. Like Job, whenever he lost everything and then God gave him back everything,
yeah.
he had 3 sons, but he was given 3 daughters as
Yeah.
well. And the oldest daughter's name was Jemima. She was the most beautiful and fairest in the land. It says it right after her name.
Just saying.
And just throwing that out there.
Wait, I
but-
wonder why that, because you know,
Who's
like
keeping track?
Yeah.
everybody goes
exactly.
like Matthew, John, Joshua, Caleb, like Rebecca, Sarah,
You have a
Leah,
brother named Caleb.
Rachel. These are a popular Andrew, like Bible. How come that one didn't get in?
Well, there's
Because
only
that's a sick name.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's only 3 boys and 8 girls. So
On where?
In my family too.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? What were you
No,
saying?
like how come it's not in the lexicon of
Why
like,
isn't that one
Bible
held
names?
up as,
Like
like, a
the
big one?
popular ones. Why didn't Jemima get in?
It's Jemima.
Yeah. Beautiful and fairest in
It's
the
beautiful,
land.
but I
Yeah.
feel like it kind of could go both ways because sometimes I'll joke about like I was kind of busted. I don't think Jemima would be a great name for me, but
Oh,
because
that's facts.
I'm
Yeah,
a
yeah,
decent
yeah.
looking person,
Okay.
I'm not
That's
trying to
flex
honk,
number 2,
honk
by the
my
way. We're
horn
5
over
minutes in
here.
flex number 2.
But you know,
Yeah.
Jemima's kind of it makes me stand out. I'm the only Jemima in Nashville that I know of. I've only met
That's true.
2 other Jemimas, and those were in the communities when I was
In
very
the Amish
young.
communities?
In the Amish communities.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, talk a little bit about that for a
I
second.
like
Just to-
already that you refer to them as the
Just to
community.
set it
I
up.
think
That
that's
already
sick.
sounds
That's
unbelievable.
sick.
Yeah,
That sounds like
yeah,
a
yeah.
like
Well,
a social
And wait, let
club.
me say before we start this is some people have said like I am not Amish.
Yeah.
And I like my people were like John. Like I'm not trying to like what's it called when you use somebody else's culture?
appropriate.
Yeah. I go. I'm not saying like my grandparents were Amish. My parents were Mennonite, meaning it's like a break off of Amish. And then my parents met at Mennonite college, and my dad started a non-denominational church. So I am 0
Mhm.
of it, but my heritage is that, and we spend holidays in that
yeah,
community.
and you're in that culture. You're living in
so
that culture.
Everybody's like, John, I'm not trying to. I don't speak on their behalf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't. I'm not their.
You're not the face.
I like their way of living. Yeah, and they
and respect it too.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. And but, you're saying this, you're not speaking on behalf of them either.
Yeah, actually, but I kind of have a little bit similar with you as well, because like I was raised in the communities, but we went to different Amish communities, different Mennonite communities, because my mom was a midwife. So she was so valuable to delivering babies.
Because they don't go to the hospital.
They don't. It's all home births. All home births. So everything like there was out of 11 of us, 9 of us were born at home. So,
really?
Yeah. And my mom had 5 of us underwater. So like in a horse trough.
Whoa,
like
dude, what?
Wait, all right, so
this is not the interview I thought we were doing.
No,
today,
I knew
dude.
it was. All right, well, some of my siblings, I'm one of 8, and we're similar in that way. And when several were born at home.
Yeah.
Now I don't know about the water thing. I think it was just in the bathtub upstairs because I remember.
Well, like in the bathtub but with no water.
Is that a thing? I have no idea.
It is. It's more of a constricted area.
So water is just like.
But water bursts they're less painful, and when you're like you think that the baby's gonna be drowning, but that it's getting all of its oxygen through that umbilical cord, the tube. So until it gets cut, then it's fine. So the pressure of the water kind of going on your belly and everything going out, it's way easier for birth. But I mean. My mom had 6 kids at that point, so we were kind of like walking out by that point.
Okay.
So it had to have been easy.
Like my 6 kids, like, yo, I'm here, just
surfing out. Like,
So maybe it was the water, maybe it was.
What order? Where are you?
I'm the 8th.
You're by the last.
I'm at the bottom. Yeah, I've got 3 little girls under me, and then 7.
Okay, so how was your mom? So if wherever the community, do you want to say which ones? Or was there a bunch of them?
So my mom and my dad. They were not raised in Amish anything. Like raised very normal suburb lives.
Yeah.
And then my dad was in did some kind of like normal job.
Yeah.
And then
podcaster?
Probably podcaster, honestly. So they had 4 kids at that point. And then my mom got into midwifery. And so they decided to kind of live a little bit more of a simpler life, and they were going to communities delivering babies. So
I got it.
But my mom is such a chameleon
that
she doesn't want to be that person that's living differently.
It's like the outsider.
Yeah. So we completely developed into their community and kind of lived how they lived for a while, and then until we went to another community where my mom was helping out there, and then because we went to Florida, Virginia, North Carolina. We were even
in a bunch of them.
We were even in the 12 tribes in Florida for a little bit. My mom was delivering
and
babies
it's very
there.
like from what I know, it's very like word of mouthy. So if you are you go, hey, go to the go to Virginia, go to North Carolina, go to the other community and help
my
them.
mom was like famous before social media because of how many babies she's delivered. She's delivered over 1,500 babies. Like she has been, dude, she's in Africa right now delivering babies at some refugees. Yeah, she's over there right now.
Amish?
No, it's just Amish refugees.
Hey, we broke off. Yeah.
No, she's out there but that's what she's done doing her whole life. So she was very, very valued as a midwife. So when other midwives would leave other communities that needed a new one, we would go to that. But we were just, that's why we were Amish for probably about 6 years total in those communities, living the way where we were like horse and buggy for a little bit, like bonnets and
that's how
Your mom is like the Jeff Bezos of the Amish.
There
that
you
many
go,
deliveries on the board. That's crazy.
On the board. Is there one per community? Probably. There wouldn't be that many.
Well, you have like usually the midwife, and then you have like a doula, the person that's kind of assistant. Yeah. And one of the reasons we ended up leaving the community, and the main reason was because my mom's mentor ended up losing a woman during childbirth. She passed away. So she got charged with the homicide, and my mom was really scared about that kind of somehow going on to her. So we left that community kind of on the run and, got in the bus and then we, it was crazy. It's a really interesting life, but
we have like family members that have had, not immediate family members, but like have had, because they don't believe in like healthcare, correct?
Yeah.
Again, we're not speaking on their behalf,
no.
but I have relatives where they've had, I don't want to say this out of place here, where they've had birth complications and they didn't
go to the hospital. Yeah.
And there's like been like significant, like either a child lives with a disability or is no longer alive because the healthcare that is available that they did not access.
Yeah.
And so that was I mean, if you delivered that many babies, you got to know if this is not right.
You're going to go through a lot of different things.
Yeah,
like if the baby's birch, like laying wrong, or if it's coming up, you know, if the umbilical cord's wrapped around its neck, a lot of things can go wrong. So it is a very, you know, and back in, you know, this was 25 years ago. So it's not like they didn't have a click of the phone to figure out what it was. And, you know, it's very, you don't go to the hospital. Like I have a scar under my chin. I busted my chin open when I was like 6 years old. And
I thought you meant on the bar at Whiskey Road.
No. But like my mom slapped some herbs on that thing and then told me to slap my butt and told me to get back outside, you know, like when I should have went to the hospital. And even now as an adult, I still like it takes a lot for me to want to like be like, okay,
suck it up.
Yeah, because I worked on a broken ankle one time and I was in so much pain. My employer made me go to the hospital and I found out my foot was broken. But I was working on it. Yeah. So I was like, oh, you know, it's just a little spread. I'm not gonna not work, but it's just it doesn't come front center like everybody else.
Yeah.
Because I have girls that will like hurt their hand. They're like, I need to go to the hospital. I need to see if I'm like,
that's a great impersonation. Do it again.
Like, I need to go to the hospital.
I think I know that girl. I know who you're talking about.
Put those panties on.
Yeah, come on, grow up. Yeah. Well, I think I'm the same way. But when I wanted to have you on the pod, and I called you, I go, I want to talk about like these Amish like communities and the way that what I'm a part of. Again, not on their behalf, but like to ask questions. But I go, I don't want to speak badly of them.
Yeah.
So I asked Jemima, I go, if you're like against it and you like hate it, then this is probably not the conversation to have. And she's like, no, the time that you spent there, you like a lot of those people's lives, you're like,
yeah, you respect them too. And you learn like the things I learned at such a young age.
How to churn butter.
Yeah. How to kill a chicken.
Have you?
Yeah, we used to.
No, you haven't.
Have you not?
A chicken?
A chicken?
You
okay,
killed it?
Yeah, well,
we have a chicken right here, so let's see. Go ahead.
Bring it out. Yeah.
Come on. Do you have zip ties and a clothes hanger? There you go.
You're the Dexter of the chicken world.
No, we really did though, but that's how we ate a lot of the time because we were so poor that we'd have a lot of chicks and then you only need one rooster. So when we'd have more roosters, we would kill the roosters and eat them. And you just, because we hung up all of our clothes, we just get a clothesline, you zip tie their ankles to it, you let their heads hang down, get all the blood of the head and slit their throats. Then you lick them and then you eat them.
Very casual.
Dude,
very casual.
Very casual.
Very casual, yeah.
Well, is there something that your mother, and I think my parents too, maybe, that like, because she's still kind of, if she's in Africa, still doing this, you're like, there's something to where like, going to wherever downtown to the hospital that she's like, I like a simpler, holistic way of living.
Yeah,
she's clearly still doing that now. Well, so it was attractive. Instead of going to a birth like everyone else does it, we're gonna even a midwife is like, you don't have to be Amish to have that because we did a couple of those. It's just like very natural, holistic, and against like, how do they feel about your job now?
Well, I mean, the holistic, like my mom's a witch. Like she does all the herbs, everything. Like she's gonna rather do that than the hospital. So, but
currently,
okay, like but she's still, you're gonna learn though. So you have all this stuff where she's gonna use the stuff that's gonna be better for her. But she's also going to probably slap some nettle leaf on that and make you drink it. And it's a type of herb.
Well, a witch.
I'd say witch just because she uses it. She could walk out.
That's the opposite of Amish, I think. I don't know.
Well, I would say more of like herbalistic wise.
Okay,
you know,
like
the
witch.
remedies. She will walk
a witch
on the street.
Not Halloween witch.
Not Halloween witch. Just herbal, very green. I joke
look up the
about
definition of witch.
Yeah, there you go. Not a witch, but like an herbalist.
Not a witch.
Woman.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, look at that plantain, and she'll grab the plantain on the ground, and then she'll like chew it up because that activates it, and then she'll slap it on a cut, and then it's very. But I would have never known that until she just taught it to me. That's what a plantain leaf looks like.
That's what it does.
And so then it's, I don't know, but that's.
Is it like that in Africa? What she's doing now?
Oh yeah, she's learning so many new stuff. It's like so much new stuff.
Because you don't have.
She's got books.
Where is she?
She's like, well,
out or like in the city?
She's out. She had to drive
out.
like she's like in a very small little like in like low poverty town. Like
currently your mother.
Currently, she is there.
Gosh,
I will show you.
Why isn't she on the pod?
That's sick.
Well, you think about everybody on this planet, and I've been pretty close to everywhere. That there's not hospitals. Some very small percentage of if you're born into a hospital with like a tile floor, like you hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
You hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
With a if you were born with someone with a degree helping you assist that, you hit the jackpot.
Yeah, you're coming out great.
Because everybody is having kids.
That's like white privilege for you right there.
Gosh.
Horse trough.
That
born in a horse trough over here.
Well, that's so I'm just trying to put pieces together. If you have like a Amish community, let's say there's a couple thousand people in it. You're on like she could be coming up list. There has to be like 5 on your like the pregame like
the watch list.
Yeah, the watch
players
list,
to watch.
Right? Yeah, because if you get to about 8 months, you're starting to be like, yo, what's up?
Yeah,
and then that person would call your mom.
Yeah,
if the water broke or whatever. I don't know how it works. I have no expertise.
Yeah, so
in this
normally
area.
they'll start with when they find out they're pregnant. You usually try to start creating a relationship with your midwife then.
Okay.
So hopefully
all right. So
2 or 3 months in.
You go to coffee or something?
Yeah, go to coffee. Yeah. But you're kind of learning about what you should be drinking, what you should be intaking, how you should be sleeping, how to prevent preeclampsia, how to just kind of like go learning all that stuff. So my mom is with these girls for when they normally find out they're pregnant until they have the babies. And then even afterwards, my mom will still go over there and help them whether they want her to or not.
Yeah. She's like, I think we're done.
Like,
she's like, nah, I'm still, what's up?
I'm here.
What is what if you have a lot of, I don't know if you know the answer to this. What if you have a lot of pain? Isn't that like part of the shots? Like in the hospital, you get the
epidural and all
that? Yeah. None of that.
Just don't be a little... You know,
just get in the tub.
Well, you can't even drink. I was gonna say drink some whiskey, but you can't. Nah, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also like, I don't know. I think you can also feel like I respect it because women go through a lot, and if you're able to kind of go through that pain and deliver life, it's probably gonna have a great bond with that child too. Being
if you go to they can't make you unconscious, right? To deliver a baby. You have to be.
You gotta push.
You gotta push. Yeah.
Yeah. So they go in and it's kind of the bond that you created during birth. Yeah. I've always thought that sometimes when like you watch other people as an adult, you watch other people like deliver, like raise children, and then the kid gets like 16 and he's like,
I hate you.
He's like, yeah, and I hate you. You're like, you're not cool. You're like, I'm not a parent, but you have to be like. Oh, we all did it.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
To all our parents, we're like,
at
hey,
16.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was midwifery ever in your future?
No.
Hey, don't give up on it already. Don't give up
but
on it.
That was it's fun. It was so normal in my life though. Like I saw 2 of my little sisters get born, so it's like it was very and it was so normal in my life. I was going to births with my mom all the time, and like going and.
They want to bring your daughter to work day.
But exactly.
Jemima should play with some toys.
Cool.
Just give her a catcher's mitt and tell her to stand at the end of the bed.
Yeah, I was probably entertaining all the other kids that were running
probably
around.
Awesome at that.
But it was so normal too. Like the women are there completely exposed in a bathtub, and everyone is in the community is kind of around because we're not looking at her in a sexual way. It's more of a beautiful
celebration.
Way. Yeah, and like I'd have memories of chasing kids around the house with a woman giving birth in the middle of the living room. Like it like just just so normal because that was my everyday. I was somewhere with my mom delivering a baby.
Well, we were watching that. We didn't watch it. We got that preview of it was like a Mormon community where like the guy had like 3 wives, or like the kids grew up wearing these like outfits, and they're all on the other side of it now. You're like we thought that was normal, like everybody's like like I have a joke in my show about, did you think you like the way your house was and your community was as a kid, you thought everyone's was that.
Yeah.
Or like if your dad,
you didn't know any other world.
If your dad's gone for a month for work, you're like, I think that's what everyone's dad does.
Yeah.
Or like your parents, if they're like, I've heard like parents sleep in separate bedrooms. You're like, I thought everyone, and then you get to like,
oh, that's not normal.
13 or 14. Like I remember, like my buddy Isaac, I tell the story all the time where I first started going over to like spend the night at his house over like he just started calling and his mom would say, I love you all the time.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I love you, Mom. And I never heard that.
Yeah.
Not that my parents didn't love me, they did, but we just didn't communicate like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, he always would say it. And his mom would always say it to him, like he would dropping him off for school or picking him up or going to a friend's house, like, I love you. And I was like, it's just like, so if you guys,
you only know what you know.
That's me though. That's me. I say, I love you. I'll call you back if you don't say I love you when I hang up the phone.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I love you. And then I'm calling you. I love you. Like
let's say it back.
But that was very much my mom's way of like constantly telling us that she loved us. But I think there were so many of us she needed to kind of make sure we had that, because she was having to give maybe us 5-10 minutes a day because she was pregnant or giving birth. Yeah. So like,
gosh,
she was pregnant, but if you put all of her pregnancies together, it was like 9.5 years. Like, because she had 11 kids.
Of her personal pregnancy.
Dang.
Yeah, I guess my mom is
crazy.
My mom is a kid every 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm one of 8. So for 16 years. So she's like pregnant or breastfeeding for how many did your mom? How many years did you say?
Like pregnant, like if you around like 9.5, almost 10 years. But breastfeeding too. My mom was constantly breastfeeding a 2-year-old and then an infant, like had one on both teeth.
Can you do that?
Just double barrel?
Yeah.
Apparently you can.
There you go. You got 2 teats for something, I guess.
Yeah. That's why you got to.
I didn't know any of this.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
All right. So like,
where do you fall in?
I'm the third.
You're the third?
Yeah.
So you're one of the olders.
Yeah, I got
the elder.
No, it's kind of yeah.
So you were raising all your siblings though. Was that a thing?
That's a podcast. I ask you questions, okay? Legit. You don't ask me questions. I'm just kidding.
All right, I'll stay in my lane over here.
I wasn't very responsible. So like there's older brothers that were more responsible. Okay. Wow. I was not in charge of, I was like kind of like, I was lucky to be like completing my tasks and chores. John was not ever responsible for anything. My older brothers were like, had jobs and they were like going to them. I was like, where are they going? And I was like, I couldn't like, I was like, why am I coloring?
What are you guys doing?
What? Where are you at all day?
Yeah,
like,
what are you doing, dude? I'm just like digging a hole in the woods. Like, oh.
Dude, I miss those days.
I know.
Digging holes in the woods.
Well, gold digging. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're doing now.
We're still clearly.
We're not digging holes.
Emotionally, we're digging them.
Exactly.
Wouldn't you say that like, so if you go all the way into that community, there's like a lot of things that because I think everybody that listens to this podcast has even if you don't have a tradition of a religion, you have a tradition of morality that your parents gave you.
Yeah.
Every human does. Like some people grew up Amish, Mennonite, Pentecostal, where you pray for someone, they fall over. Some people believe Catholicism, where they went to mass. Everybody has a different one, and then everybody gets kind of on their own, or at least, and they're trying to decide what of this we take and what of it we leave.
Yeah.
And that's everybody. So you're like, there's like an Amish community, there's no drinking, but all your siblings are like, I think all my siblings too, or like, we're not going to take that one.
Yeah. We definitely did not take that one.
Yeah, we didn't take that one. But then like, obviously the electricity, you're like, we're not with this one.
Yeah.
But the practice of holistic medicine, or you're not against hospitals, but your mom is still with that.
Yeah, 100%.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like some of it, she's like, I'm not that she was necessarily like born historically Amish, but she's like, she did like a lot of that community.
Yeah.
And she probably still does.
Yeah. She would, if she went back today, my mom would thrive there. But
gosh, I don't know how you do that.
She's also that kind of person that like, she loves to do something new and completely transform into that.
And just go all the way into it.
Yeah. And like even back with the church, she would taking different things from different churches.
Yeah.
Like when my parents split up and my mom got full custody, she took all of us kids and brought us down to Florida.
Yeah.
And then we were so poor. My mom would go to different churches that would take us in, like charity cases.
Yeah.
Like that would give us food from the food pantry, that we'd get, everything. So we went through so many different churches. I remember Mass for 2 hours sitting in Mass. Like
So y'all were just like everything.
Everywhere. Yeah. Like Episcopalian. We even went to the Jehovah's Witnesses for a little bit. Had some of the missionaries come out on the property, help us do stuff around the houses. But I will tell you one thing. I am a very hard worker, and I will get down.
Jemima, we know that. We know,
dirty. No, but also it's like,
hey, because you're on TikTok Live, we see the whole thing.
Let's go.
We see your whole shift,
just derailing it.
Well, you know,
no, just kidding. Keep going.
I know you be watching. You don't have much to do else. So like, but anyways, I feel like as a young kid, we were working to maintain the farm. So that's why you have so many children. So we've never gone a day where we could sit down and not do anything. We had to be out working, transplanting, watering the plants, milking the cows, feeding everything. So I've never not worked my whole life. So whenever I think COVID was the first time I didn't have a job, and I remember losing my mind, not knowing that what
are we doing?
What am I doing? Why can't I? But I feel like that was kind of inbred in us as kids that really, really benefited me as an adult.
Yeah. So you say that, see, and the same with me. I go, man, my parents, there was a lot of discipline in the house, and we just wouldn't like I remember I went to a comedy club for the first time because I wanted to try comedy. Like I wanted to try stand-up comedy, and I saw the guy speaking in front of all these people, and he was swearing, and I was like, that is like so disrespectful, because I don't think that now, but I go, that's how I was born. That this is another adult that you don't know, and you don't like. I would say in my private life, or I would use swear words, but I go, I was like looking around to like see if he was gonna get in trouble, because I know.
Like, so where's the curse police?
I go, what?
Someone gotta go out there.
Is he like in trouble for this? But that's how I was raised.
Because that's the only life you know.
That's the only life I knew.
If you cuss, you are going to get
you're gonna get hit.
Grab a switch. You're gonna go pick your own switch off that tree. And I'm gonna whip you with it.
Hit
you know? Yeah. So it's like my mom, one of the most loving people ever growing up. Very, very stern, very disciplined. But that was the only way you could control 11 kids.
You had to.
Keep them in line. You know, and you get your.
You get hit,
ripped up.
And so do you like a lot of the stuff you're like, man, we were the attention or maybe emotional support that you needed as a kid that you didn't get, or I shouldn't speak for you myself, but there's like so many other things that you're like, man, thanks for that one. Like I got like, thanks for teaching me how to like show up on time, how to say please, I'm guessing you're always working. Yeah. Because you're like that amount of money that you make.
It drives me to work more.
Yeah, but to as the way you grew up in like, I wouldn't say poverty, but you're like.
Yeah, poverty, below poverty.
When I first started comedy, they were like, when I make like a $2,500, I was like, and then I was like stressed to the max, and I was very unhealthy. They're like, you have to take a weekend off. I go, to do what? Yeah. To sit at home and play video game? Like, I don't know this amount of money. So I have to go, like I've grown up in so much lack that
I mean, and like the lack is definitely there. We were so poor at times that like we were having to carry our dishes down to the well, wash our dishes in the well. We were having to literally bathe in the river in our backyard. But I was so young that it was it was more of a, oh my God, we get to bathe in the river today. Like it was more of a fun thing. But now and realizing that we didn't have electricity, our power and our water was turned off when we had it at the time. We were just so poor we couldn't afford it. That we were kind of living so poverty. And then, I was probably one of the first people in my family that like started making fast cash. Okay, I could work one night.
Jemima's on top, baby.
Also, being your kids, like, maybe my parents didn't give me much emotional support and stuff I needed, but I got 10 unbelievably amazing siblings.
I know some of them. I know.
Yeah, and they're my biggest blessing. I'm so close with them. So like whenever I kind of started making money, I was like, not if I wasn't giving it to my family, but I'm also like, hey, look how much money I'm making. Come up here and work. So I got 5 of my siblings to work on Broadway with me.
Yeah, let's go.
And they were making money, changed my brother's life completely around because he was clamming in Florida at the time. So he was being a clam farmer.
You can't just throw out these terms. Like, because you always say that, and me and Alex look at each other. Like, when you said midwifery, we just go, should we stop that? Or should we just go with that?
I've been waiting to get it into conversation as much as I can.
So we go, and I go, I think we looked at each other, we go,
mental note?
She's like, deep in the store, so don't like
forget
joke here, but like,
we'll circle back on that.
Anyway, so my brother was down there clamming, and he was, all right, hold on. You what? How did he start doing that?
A whole nother part of my life before I moved to Florida is we lived in Cedar Key, Florida, which is an island off the Gulf Coast. Probably like 3 hours underneath Tampa. Right. And my mom had remarried at this time. I was about 12. 13, remarried a clam farmer. So he grew clams, crabs, and oysters.
Where do you meet one of those?
Yeah, I don't know. Where do we meet half of the people?
Yeah. Like, sure. Yeah.
My mom ended
Whiskey Row.
Yeah, there you go. Whiskey Row.
I was going to do an online dating for clam. I don't know what it would be called. But yeah.
That's
only clams.
Get you a water woman.
It was right there.
Oh, yeah, it was right there. Yeah,
like, that's amazing.
Clam farmers only, but that's not. They'd already exist.
I mean, you can get some crabs in there too.
Yeah. Hey,
we did do. It was cooked seafood, clams, crabs, and oysters. That's what we did. So
all right.
So so my brother, they, and
did everybody come? All those kids come?
So they're my older siblings. They kind of like.
They were on their
house.
own.
Yeah, and like 16 was our 18. Yeah. So about 16 is when we kind of started leaving the house and going and living on our own. Getting out. And so at that age, I was growing up on the island, and we were like, I'd have to wake up at 4 a.m. with my stepdad and go out on the boat and get in the water and move the oysters around and work. Yeah, like we'd have sharks coming up and like kind of hitting, like tiger sharks, kind of testing our size, because you're in kind of like shorter length. You get to drag your feet, or else you don't want to get hit by a stingray, like very much. And the water is very murky from all of that stuff, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of hours for, good money, but a lot of labor. Yeah. And I was making in a night what my brother was making in 2 weeks. And I was like, get your butt
up here
to Nashville. Yeah. He came up here, brought his wife and his 2 kids, completely paid off all of his debt.
It's like the American dream.
And being a Broadway, but I don't know why the service industry and the bartender industry have like kind of like a stigma around being like, which I still feel like, and I'm like, well, I'm not really an adult. I'm still a bartender. I don't have like a normal job. Yeah. But
so if you're out there like on the clam or like a farming, that's like you're saying bartending has like some kind of like,
it's not as well respected in a way. You're technically not really working hard. You're serving alcohol and getting people drunk.
We've been to Whiskey Row 1,000 times. Jemima is working very hard. There's no one working harder.
I've never been there when you're not there.
How many people deep in there is in that bar? 6 deep to try to get a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm just moving. But the more I move, the more money I'm making. And that's what really motivates me. And it's just been great to know that we did start from such poverty, and we were all able to kind of help lift all of my siblings up. Like every one of my siblings are doing great. Like the fact that there's not,
and everyone knew how to work, right?
Everyone
knew how to work
because we never had a choice not to.
Yeah, you never had a choice.
Like when my mom had 2 greenhouses for about 3 years.
Sure, up in the 2 greenhouse stage. When your mom had the 2 greenhouses after the clamming,
right?
I mean,
after the Amish, but before the Africa, the clam. Yeah,
you know
how many plants I have though. I'm a
plant
mom. I have so many plants. We grew plants. That was how we made our living for a while, was greenhouse, wave petunias, mums, and like everything we could do. And we were out there in the morning watering the plants, transplanting the plants into bigger pots, having to trim them down, having to sell them to people that were coming by. Like we were having to work to make sure we ate that night, because if we were able to sell 2 hanging baskets, that was $50. That was enough for us to go and grab some cans from Dollar General and have a good dinner that night instead of having to catch some fish in the river,
Oh my!
Cool. But okay, you're making me feel like I'm going.
No, I like that.
Awesome.
I just like that this I didn't know any lifestyle exists in this country.
But not like in the 1600s. This is like in the 90s.
Yes. Yeah. We're speaking to one right here who lived it.
This week's episode brought to you by Manscaped. That's not the voice. They don't have that as a part of it.
I like it though. It was a good try. I mean, now we know.
Yeah. It's like one of the, what is that thing in the woods? Not Not the barefooted monster. What's his name?
Bigfoot?
No, not Bigfoot. There's another one.
The barefooted monster?
Yeah.
Did I talk about Sasquatch?
Sasquatch, thank you.
Dude.
Yeah, who is that? Yeah. I was thinking Bigfoot.
A barefooted monster.
Yeah. See, yeah. He's like the same genre.
Yeah.
This would be like the Sasquatch, Slim Jims, same energy.
Okay.
Manscaped.
Yeah, okay.
Manscaped has been a sponsor of ours for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We love them. It's coming off all the success of, there's so many people that have bought the Manscaped products. I have it all. You have it all.
I do, and I've seen a lot of comments recently after the holidays since people have gotten their packs. A lot of the women saying they stole it after they gifted it from their man to their man too. Yeah, they were like, I kind of saw what was going on and I wanted to try it for myself.
I can see that. Man razors are always better than women razors.
Yeah, wait, we have the whole because everybody has two. I have two now. The one for my face and then the one for my body because nobody would have two. That's why the Manscaped exists. And I said, I think I might have copyrighted this. Not copyright. I think I came up with it. Kleenex, Uber. Give me a Kleenex. Give me an Uber. You could get a Lyft, but where's the Uber? You're like, I need to Manscape. With what? Manscaped. This is the brand. This is the number one. I saw commercials on TV the other day for them. Manscaped is the one I have. You have it. We'll get you one. You want one?
Yeah, I do actually.
We'll send one over your way.
Yeah, let's hook it up.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NETPOSITIVE. Manscaped.com. Get your, what is it called? Male grooming?
Yeah, male grooming.
Groom your body. Everything but your face. That should be their tagline also.
Everything but the face.
Everything but the face.
The rest.
I said because I got me and my girlfriend got a pedicure the other day, and I've shaved the top of my feet right here.
How considerate.
Wait, but
did you shave your toe?
Yes, but they said they don't, and people in the comments have said their husbands or boyfriends do not. And I was like, wait, am I the weird guy?
I think this summer I might give it a shot.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's winter.
I might walk around the pool,
give it
a test,
see what happens.
See if I get the right looks.
But you know, have you seen the guys like with the shaved legs?
Shaved legs?
They actually they trim them.
Okay.
Or like trimmed arm. Have you seen a guy?
A lot of swimmers do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're like, oh, dude, you swam in high school. You're 36 now.
You're not swimming anymore.
You're not trying to cut off milliseconds. Yeah, we're all right here.
It's for like aerodynamics. Is it though? 20% off and free shipping with the code NETPOSITIVE. Manscaped.com. The only thought that came to my mind when you're like, how do you feel when like girls that work at Whiskey Row call out for like things you're like, is it drive
we had
you
a
nuts?
girl call out because she lost her voice.
That drives you nuts. Yeah, I knew it.
It's crazy
because of how you grew up and your family grew up. The same with me.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about something about a show.
Yeah.
And I go, I never missed one. She goes, what do you mean? I go, why would I miss one?
Yeah.
Like what? I never have missed one.
Yeah.
I think at one time in Iowa, the plane it was snowed but they canceled it.
Yeah.
I've never.
You would have been there if you could have been.
Yes, dude. I go. I
that wasn't on you though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think one time I sprained my ankle right before the Iowa State Fair, which is like there's like 5,000 people there. Sprained my ankle, couldn't walk. I took a wheelchair through the airport, like one of those. You have to call for I was like, I need a wheelchair, and I couldn't walk, and I think my voice was, and I go, but I mean, I'm doing the show, obviously.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a question.
No, it wasn't a question. Yeah. That's like somebody calls in for like, you go, what? And we don't, I feel like I edge on being like the old, like kids these days guy.
No, it's not. It is that though. People don't know how to work.
Yeah.
And I also have a little bit of an unpopular opinion with the anxiety thing.
Oh yeah.
Why is like that pillow giving everybody anxiety nowadays? Like, why is anxiety such an excuse to be productive? Like,
right, yeah.
I don't know. So people are like, it's just so easy to be lazy and to kind of take the easy route of not having to work. Like, I remember last time I did not work was I was so sick. Yeah. But I didn't have anybody to cover my shift.
Yeah.
And as I was driving to work, I had to pull over and I threw up. And I called my manager to meet me out back. And I was like, I'm here. I will work. But look at me. and I was sweating. He could tell that like I went and got tested.
Because you don't want to be the
he
calls
was gonna
off
look
girl.
At me
You need to look at me.
I was gonna go home.
Yeah.
He was gonna make me go home.
Because I'm not calling in.
I'm not calling out, and I will be here if I'm scheduled. And like I'll also work. I'll probably get people sick, so that's not. I don't want to be responsible for that, but I will work. I will show up for my job, and I will, do that. And I just think that people don't do that anymore. People want to call off when they lose their voice, or people want to call off when I have to,
I broke a nail.
I broke a nail.
Well, I think I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about anxiety, how anxiety is very prevalent.
Yeah.
And they said anxiety is basically looking at something and knowing that you don't have the skills or coping mechanisms to overcome them. So like if I look at my fridge being empty, that gives me zero anxiety because I can Uber Eats, I can call someone, I have money, I can go. It doesn't give me, but if you have nothing easily, so that gives me no anxiety. So like,
I'm a great problem solver.
You don't relate to, because look at the problems that this woman has had to overcome.
Right.
So if you go, hey, I'm trying to think, like our house is getting like, we can't renew the rent. Cause you go, I used to bathe in the river. Yeah. This is not good. Yeah. This is not, but I will be fine.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't give it presents a problem, but it doesn't give you like, this is life and death. Yeah. You're like,
it could be way worse.
I don't know where dinner was going to come from for times in my life. This is not ideal.
Yeah.
But when you've never
can overcome it.
Yeah. When somebody says, hey, you have to work a 12-hour shift and you go, well, I've never even worked a 6. Yeah. This seems like
impossible.
Yes. And that's what anxiety is. You don't have the skills.
Problem solving skills.
Yeah. You don't have the skills to if you got like the first time you ever get broken up with, you're like, this is the end of the world. But it happens a couple times. You go,
all right, I got this now.
I got this. And it's like obviously not ideal, but there's like bad things
can happen.
And I was in rehab that was in the dark at the low. And I go, hey, we're going to get out of here in like 20 days. But like more bad stuff is coming, right? Like death of friends, family members, loss of jobs, sickness, like those things are coming for all of us. Everybody that listens to this, those like, and I go, from what I went through, I go, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't wish it, but
it could be way worse.
I'm fine. Yeah.
I think that's maybe, and I think that's why I've tried to think, I'm like, okay, anxiety, everyone has anxiety now, and I don't get anxiety.
Yeah.
So I think but I get scared of certain things I don't know how to approach, but I know that I'm a very big problem solver though. Like I'm not going to really ask for someone to fix it. I'm going to fix it. And I'm going to also like, we'll redneck stuff. Like if stuff is like I'll put certain things together just so it works for 2 hours when I need it. And then eventually go find something that was going to fix it forever. You know, like
the bookshelf in your yard.
Yeah, there you go.
It was like,
lowering your property value.
What was it?
It was a shoe shelf I had, but I had to.
Like, I go, hey, Jemima, you got to get this out of the yard.
Get it out. I was
wait, what?
I was like the HOA acting president. I was like, hey, we got to clean up the neighborhood.
And I did though. I was like, and I even put a garden in my front of my yard, and it helped his property value go up.
Yeah, you did.
So you're welcome.
Yeah,
but I had to bash that shelf down into little pieces so I could throw it in the.
And did I help with that? No, I did not.
No, you didn't.
No, I was
just pointed out the problem.
Well, that needs to be gone by tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, let's talk about the current. Which Jemima, we haven't discussed this. Jemima, and I'm not jealous of this. I'm just gonna say this.
Okay.
I am a comedian. My greatest dream would be to be on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
I've never been asked.
Mm-hmm.
There's one person in this room that has been on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And that is Jemima June.
Yep.
Let's
and
go.
Listen, I celebrate you. I'm not jealous in any.
Jealous.
No, I'm not. No.
I celebrate you. I
listen. We support you. All right. Well, can you walk us through this really quick for listeners who don't know?
Yeah.
So you where did this skill come from? Can you explain it for people that aren't going to see it?
Yeah. So I started bartending at 19. I said I was 21.
Yeah.
I eventually just stopped asking for my stuff because you get tip cash. You don't get paychecks.
Yeah.
So and so I did it for like 2 years under the radar until I turned 21.
Yeah,
but I had my ABC license because you can get it at 18 in Tennessee.
All right.
So I was seeing the other girl, and I'm going to wing it. and fake it till I make it.
Yeah.
But I also will ask questions and I will learn. And I love criticism. I am.
Gosh, I'm sure your boss loves
somebody, but I like tell me how I could do something different, and I'm going to try it. And if it helps me, I'm going to run with that.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't help me, I'm going to be like, how about you try this? You know, and then, I'll try something different.
Okay.
So I was seeing the girls opening the beer bottles, holding them like that. And it was just a quicker way to top it off. And I was like, okay. So then I started doing it and it was making it faster. But then I kind of started getting competitive with it, you know? So I was like, okay, she's kind of fast, but I bet I could do it faster. And then it just came to
you
being
hold
like
6 across your chest for if you're listening.
I can hold 5 on my chest, and then I can pop a 6th one off my neck.
All right, and so you popped 5 in like a.
I could pop 5 in like less than 2 seconds.
Yeah, you go.
So, done.
Yeah.
Got it. And like the fastest I've ever done it was 0.7 seconds.
0.5. Pop 5 beers in 0.7.
Yeah. So like under a second.
Yeah.
And it was like great. And I couldn't even like use that clip because it was less than a second.
You couldn't even use it. Yeah. You're like, what's
such a flex?
Did
it faster. Can't post it. Whatever.
Sorry,
Too
so fast.
And then how did it get to the Tonight Show?
So I posted it on TikTok, and this was like
famous last words. I posted it on TikTok and went to sleep, and I woke up.
And it was crazy. But
the first one?
Yeah,
really?
Well, I did one TikTok like with my sisters in Florida that was just jumping into different things of water that got 10 million views.
Gosh.
Stupid
was it
ever. And I was like,
it wasn't clam farming.
Nothing.
It wasn't
just jumping into a pool.
Okay,
I jumped into a canal, and then
Yeah.
my sister jumped into the ocean.
Okay,
It was so stupid, but it was like the very early TikTok. We're still trying to navigate it.
TikTok was the Wild West.
Wild
in
West.
2019, 18,
Mhm.
19.
So then I got like maybe 10,000 followers off of that first little video. And then, of course, I have a huge head at that point. I'm practically famous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, now I'm going to do something else. So I posted a couple other ones, nothing. And then I posted the bottle pop. But I know people's reactions when I work like that. That's not even
Let's
fast.
go. Oh, you missed one? Oh, this is the highlight reel.
That was the very first one that went viral. And that wasn't even fast.
They're quick, man.
Gosh, that is sick.
It's quick.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing. I was smart about my first video because I noticed that people love to correct you. They want you to feel that. I had a couple videos that I got them all off, but I knew that the comments were going to boost up my
yeah.
So I only posted the ones that I missed the middle one on, and I had to go back and get.
Yeah.
And then I think that's what blew it up is because everybody
23.
Yeah,
bro.
and I was like, because they're gonna correct me.
Yes.
And people were like, you missed the middle one, and then that kind of blew that one up. And then when I started doing the ones where I show, I'm like, it was just wild because people they wanna make you okay. This video might have went crazy, but you did this, and then they're mad. But thank you for that comment because now I'm posted up on all your friends' pages because of it.
So
it's like, here we go. You helped me, and
so
it was cool and kind of jumped on that. And then how pages will reach out to you to post on their stuff. And they'll be like,
once you hit a viral one, everybody's like, hey.
And they'll be like, oh, we've had something on the Tonight Show, on Good Morning America. We've gotten these clips out here. And then so when I got reached out for the Jimmy Fallon, I kind of was like, is this some like a page that's wanting to post my video that one time because they posted a video, it got on a show. And she was like, the Tonight Show. And I was like, so I went to her page. And she was a producer on The Tonight Show. And I was like, oh my God. Like she had pictures. And I was like, oh, this is
might be real.
Legit. This is the Jimmy Fallon Show. And they were doing a segment called Show Me Something Cool. And they asked me to be on it. And I was the first. There was 3 of us that did it. And it was via Zoom.
Yeah. Was it during COVID? It was.
No, it wasn't during COVID. This was in December of last year.
Okay,
or the year before last year.
Yeah.
So it was like, and it was just really cool because I felt like in a way I kind of like peaked. Like I was like, okay, well this is great, and then after that kind of happened, it kept going for me, and
maybe like one day, maybe like Net Positive will call.
Yeah.
And like,
dude, and I'm here. Now I've peaked. Now I've peaked. Now
crazy.
It's downhill.
Sorry, keep going.
It's downhill from there, honestly. So it was cool, but I really did think it was going to be like a 15 minutes thing. And it's like, I'm going on to like 2 years with this now. And
let's go.
It's really cool. And I've kind of been able to branch away from just the bottle opening and also kind of show my work ethic as well, like in my lives and kind of showing
and funny.
people that,
it's funny.
Yeah, and I do post some interactions with customers. I
Yeah.
don't put them on blast, like you don't see their face.
Yeah. What about the one? Did you see the one, Alex, about was there something about a guy?
The wallet?
Oh no, the guy asked for your Snapchat.
Oh, my Snapchat. Yeah.
What was that one?
I told him I wasn't in high
All right,
school
so you
anymore.
record. Yeah, you're. Sorry, I stepped on that.
Very nice.
You like go. You like you follow Jemima's TikTok. It's Jemima June, right?
Jemima June. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's hilarious bar content, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And one time you record, you go live a bunch, right?
So if I do my lives, I can just save that video and then I can cut those clips out of it.
So the guy comes and he goes, "What's your Snapchat?"
And I say, "I don't have Snapchat. I'm not in high school anymore."
Slam, dude.
It shut him down.
Tough, dude. But we do the same thing because I posted.
Would you want me to close your tab?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, yeah. Well, the same in mine because we make a lot of jokes at the show, and I would never want like you didn't show that guy's face.
No, not at all.
You know, and it was like it seems like everybody likes content, of course, and there's things in my shows, and we've even been in here, and we're gonna clip something up. I go, it doesn't portray like in the context of this whole conversation, but it don't like. With guests that have been on here, but like, yeah, it's a great clip, but it seems like we're kind of being like gotcha a little bit.
Yeah.
And if that guy would have been like legitimately, I mean, he's not, but if he was like, I'm sad, that would have bummed you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're not trying to do that.
It's funny though, because I cut it, you know, where I'm like, I'm not in high school anymore. And then he looked at me and then I was like, I'm just with you. And it was like, but I shut him down. But you know, being a bartender, I get hit on all the time.
Yeah. Okay, third flex.
You have to. Okay,
I get on it on literally. All
I got
the time.
5. So we're down to 3 now.
2 more.
2 more to go.
Yeah.
And so like I have to have kind of a way where it's a little bit funny, but like a little bit more stern.
But also like don't.
Come on, dude. I'm not giving you my number. I'm working. Like, and there's nothing. You could be a 10 out of 10. My type to a T. If you ask me for my number when I'm working. That is my biggest turnoff. I'm not, and I don't like. It's just you don't really respect me at that point.
Yeah, you're like trying to be. You're like, dude, look around.
Do you think I have time to even talk to you right now? So, I mean,
but so don't ask for her. Just write it on the receipt
with the $100 tip.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. And then you know, I'll think about texting.
Yeah. Gosh,
I love seeing people come up and like want to video you doing it.
Oh yeah,
doing
they say we've come to
like they come to see
Nashville.
Yes.
We got to go see Jemima June.
It's really cool though. I've been really blessed with that because I think that people see me as more of an equal with them instead of a influencer.
Yeah,
because I am working. I am kind of like they know where to come and find me and. I have those interactions with them. I'm like talking to them, laughing. And when I go back through my videos to see what parts I want to clip, the amount of people that secretly record me that don't even talk to me.
Oh
is
yeah,
wild.
yeah, really. And you
wild.
know when they're recording,
yeah,
like,
but I can see it.
What's up? Yeah. This is the girl. This is the girl from the internet. Yeah.
And like I see people have my TikTok, and they'll show people at the bar. That's me.
This is that girl.
That's that girl.
Gosh,
and
dude.
It's kind of blown up. But I think people now know where to find me at Whiskey Row. So like. People go there. People
rooftop.
Yeah, let's go, and it's cool. I mean, it's been crazy. I probably get recognized like 1 out of 5 people.
If you go listen to if you come to Nashville on any kind of there's people listening from all over the country. You come to Nashville, bachelorette weekend, whatever. Go to Whiskey Row.
Let's go
and go to the 3rd floor and go. We're looking for Jemima. And usually the weekends, you're not messing with like a Monday, Tuesday.
I only work Thursday.
Don't be disrespectful. I'm not working on a Monday and Tuesday.
Oh no, yeah. Daytime, yeah. I only work Thursday night through Sunday night.
I was thinking about this girl. Like she came up on I think on Instagram as like a 9 to 5 like hacks or something like that. And she's funny. She got popular at it, but like. Now you could clearly she doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
She doesn't work anymore because her TikTok is like. But you have to, her like angle is like
she like can't leave it behind.
Well, we know she doesn't,
right?
Because you wouldn't say these things about your boss. Your boss knows you're on TikTok. Like, it used to be like kind of a secret, but now you have 1 million+ followers. You don't work there anymore. But the ruse of like
that you do,
it kind of has to still keep going
because you don't have any other niche in a way.
Yeah, but yours like you're like this isn't like. content is like secondary here, but this is my job.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and I've even people will be like, ask me, they'll be like, oh, well, you know, do you get like paid by TikTok and stuff? And I'm like, you have to, being an influencer is a lot, and you know, you get money in there and stuff, but it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
I don't got time for it. I don't have time to like, if I'll remember certain times, like I'll be like, oh, that interaction was funny and the camera's right there. I'm going to be using that later.
Oh yeah.
But there's a lot of nights.
Mental note.
Yeah, mental note.
When I wake up tomorrow at 3 p.m., I'm going to
but
do
it's
something
not
about that.
front lobe for me. I'm not going out knowing that's paying my bills.
You're looking around to see it's 6 people deep in there.
Yeah, that's paying my bills.
Yeah, and Alex have been up there. We've all been up there a bunch of times.
Yeah,
for sure.
You be chugging those Red Bulls.
Let's go.
Sugar-free.
I used to. Well, how did we get?
Memory lane.
I'm still there. I still like rice. I do in the summer.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
Nothing better than that.
We talked about that earlier. Like Saturday afternoons up there, I love.
And the music's great. The vibe.
It's a nice vibe.
You got the best view of the city. Okay. It's spot. Whiskey Row.
Let's talk about the tipping.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's go there.
Because I was like, well, we had Jemima in here to talk about the Amish community in the background and all that. So last week we talked about tipping, and it just went nuts.
Yeah.
On my socials, on the pod socials, and everybody in this, I feel like in this country is like, what is going on with the tipping?
Yep.
Yeah.
And no one feels like they can say anything because I feel like people are.
It's so normalized.
Underprivileged or working minimum wage, and we all are customers there, so we can't. And there's so much response about the tipping and when to tip and when not to tip. But I go, we should talk about Jemima about that too, because you work solely for tips.
Yeah, I get paid $2.13 an hour, and it all goes to taxes. Every single check I get is $0.
That's not $213 an hour.
It's $2.
$2.13.
Okay, and what's that? That's what?
That's just like you have to have like a minimum little base, but it's
if you are, because if there's the people that sweep the floors in there, they're not getting $2.15.
No, they're getting paid hourly.
Okay, so these are tip based jobs.
Only the servers and the bartenders and the bar backs. We only work for tips.
Servers, bartenders, bar backs.
Yeah, and then we tip out the food runners too that run the food, and we tip out. But the bar back is getting our tip out. So
all right,
and tip out means
20% of whatever I make.
Yeah. So you're up there. If you're up there at the top, you're by yourself.
Yeah.
You're getting all that.
So we pull tip in the whole building.
Okay, you do.
Yeah.
All right.
So
and does everybody do that?
Not on Broadway. Whiskey Row is the first place I ever worked that whatever I wasn't behind that one bar that I got to keep. Like if a guy tipped me $500, I got to keep that $500 if I was working alone. Yeah. But now if I'm like on the rooftop, we pull in the whole building, which at first I wasn't completely on board about because I do bring in a lot of sales and I bring in a lot of money.
Well, are we going to classify that as a flex? I don't think
that's
right on the edge.
Facts.
That's right on the edge. I'm going to let it go. I like to let it go.
With that
cool. I got two other ones that I really want to use.
Yeah, that we don't use it.
She's rationing them out over the 2 hours.
She's like, obviously I make like a lot of money. Like that was on the edge, but it was necessary for the story.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It makes it less political. Like, it's not favoritism. You're not getting the better shit. Like if I just kept the money I made on the rooftop is the busiest floor.
We'd be on your podcast.
You would be on my podcast. You'd be in my mansion in my podcast room.
Yeah.
Like that's,
we work for you.
But
it'd be her bar.
Yeah, but the first floor and the second floor wouldn't be making near as much money. So they would be mad that they're not working on the rooftop. Why am I working up there every weekend?
Yeah.
So it really makes it less political.
You
are all sharing and you're pulling. And I think it also helps with people not stealing as well, because it's easy to have a $20 bill that's supposed to be $17 for the beers, and it's easy to throw that in the tip bucket if you think no one's looking. But if you you're getting maybe $1 out of that, and you're going to risk your job for $1 that you're going to put in there. So I think it makes people more honest, because I've worked in a lot of places where I've seen girls steal. Where people are like not honest, or they're doing some.
You just see the
shady stuff behind the curtains to get shifts. So
okay,
it's like,
wait, what to get shifts? What shady things do you do to get shifts?
I don't know, like data manager.
Truth comes out. I didn't know women did that.
And to get bar shifts,
Broadway girls.
Come on, I've worked with some bartenders that aren't good that got shifts that I knew they had some.
I got it.
Let's go. Like,
well done. How to clean that up.
Okay, yeah, nice. That. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Well,
that's for the video episode.
Because I used to work as a valet.
Yeah.
And that was the main tip job I had. It was nothing per hour.
Yeah.
You just tips. So you would get, if somebody gives you 20, and so at the end of like the whole, you have a stack of cash and you have a bunch of ones, bunch of fives, bunch of 20s, and you go to keep, I'll just say I would keep like 50 and then share the rest, and then that percentage would come out, and then but you're saying obviously
that's the problem.
But
yes,
because and when you because
you have it in your hand, it's not like you have to go like office space it from the register.
Right.
It's in your hand.
It's easier to and the amount of people that now, especially me having a following, that will slip money in my hands
to you,
and they want me to hold it.
Yeah.
I'll be there like, you keep this. So I'll normally put it over by my computer, and then I'll go over and I'll tell Sam, like, hey, I'm just letting you know, like, I have 100 over there. Like, I'm gonna just wait till he walks away and I'll put it in the tip bucket.
Okay.
Because in the long run,
what a good person.
But it's $100. I'm gonna make way more than that tonight, and I'm gonna have a job next weekend.
Is that one of the 5?
That's facts.
Is that one of the facts?
I agree, but it'd be not worth it.
It wouldn't be, because then what if I wasn't able to make that money next weekend because I got caught for $100?
Yeah.
It's like, and I also feel like if you get caught stealing, that's not your first time stealing. It's your first time getting caught.
For sure.
So,
dang, Jemima.
Bars.
Bars. All right. Okay. So in the tipping culture, not anywhere else, not where you are the customer, where you are working, does like $20 is not what it used to be. I feel like you tips. I go, where were we? And I go, hey, we were at Aldean's on Saturday, and I told Lydia, I go, she was getting a vodka soda and I drink Red Bull, and I go, and here I give her 20, and she goes, you want to just give the whole thing? I go, yeah. Like, I don't even know if that'll cover it.
No, I mean, if she got Tito's, it'd be 13. Your Red Bull's probably going to be 5. And so that's $18.
Shoot, that's
right
maybe not even good.
Yeah.
But it used to be like I remember when people would tip me like $1. I go, dude, and I was in college. I go, this is not how it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't, you can't do.
Yeah.
But if people give you, to get exceptional service, like I know for like, you just got to buy like a table or like a bottle to get like, to get preferential treatment. What are you going to have to tip? To get attention, 100?
So if first off, if a person comes up and if he hands me a 20 and he goes, that's for you, I'm going to tip more at the end, but just know that this is going to go, it's more of like, okay, cool. Thanks.
It's not like
I know you know to tip, but my whole thing is
okay, I got it.
I'm going to be working, making drinks no matter what. And I make people a priority, but at the same time,
you're not skipping the line.
You're not skipping the line for a $20 tip.
Yeah. And all right. That's what I wanted to know. It's good information.
And I expect like $1 a drink, if I'm being honest. I don't want to, if I make you 3 drinks and it's $32 and you tip me $3, I'm okay with that. I don't think that I'm pouring vodka and soda in that. Yeah. So that's how I kind of justify it. Yeah. But if servers, I feel like, and I'm done with you.
Yeah,
Get out of my face.
You're gone.
Yeah, you're done.
Keep it moving.
Then you see servers that are going back to the same people. They have 3 tables that they're rotating for a whole hour.
Yeah.
And then they make $3 that they've gone back and checked on that person 30 times, brought them food, brought them drinks.
Yeah.
That's where I feel the disconnect.
Yeah.
When what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I'm not even interacting with you.
And you're not trying to be nice to them.
No.
You're just like, hey, trying to get drinks. And it would be more of a problem if they cause problems than the $20. You're
exactly. because now they're entitled.
If your card declines or you're doing the thing, this is a diet, and you do that whole thing.
Well, and normally it's the people that are giving you money right away that try to get the attention that are the worst, because it's now they're all of a sudden, hey, I want that. And it's like, dude, I have 50 different things in my head right now. You yelling at me is making me forget a thing I needed to do. And now I have to tell you to shut up. So you're taking up 2 more seconds of my life. Yeah. And you've seen Broadway. Every second counts. Like
you probably don't even have time to start thinking about all this stuff as you're going. Like you're just drink.
It's wild. I feel like I don't even pee because I sweat everything out. Like that's why I don't even leave the bar. I don't even leave the bar.
Is that
no, it's disgusting.
That's a minus.
But
she has 3
minus.
more
Now I got 3. Boom. See, I'm gonna sound
back on the board.
And let's go.
Okay, because I don't think customers like know all these things. Like you're talking about, so we're supposed to know, like she gets paid $2.13 an hour. So like she relies on tips versus somebody else that is getting versus
like you go to Urban Juice.
Is this being shared?
Yeah.
Right.
Is this going directly to that person? Or because that would affect how everybody tips. Like if I knew if I appreciate your service and you're a friend of mine and I love you from TikTok, and if it's $100, but it goes into the whole pot, I might just say like on your receipt, like thanks, love. I mean, I would never do this, but like thanks, love you, or express
that your gratitude,
the gratitude in a different way, because that money's not going to you.
That also might affect though how you even purchase in the first place. Like if I'm not sharing it, then I'm making sure I'm going to her, and so I'm just gonna wait until she has time for, you know what I mean? Then I'm not. Other servers are not getting time. And she's slammed because she's got to deal with all these people because everybody wants to go to her and get a drink from her.
And so the same thing about the server going to the table 3 times,
right?
And you go, well, look, she only has 3 tables and she's been an hour and a half on a Sunday afternoon. Like I'm not in charge of these calculations,
right?
Like I could be like, oh, because that's the other side. We can get to some of these DMs because the other side of it is like, you don't understand. I go, well, it's a lot of math and calculation.
There's a lot to understand there.
There's so much nuance in it. They're like, oh, this person only gets paid on tips, and if you don't tip like the caddy, like if you don't tip him, he doesn't make anything. And you're like, well, I don't want that, but I thought the money that I paid for the drink was
going for it.
The more I thought about your 20% plus or nothing, the more that made sense to me this week.
Yeah,
because but then it comes down to the scenario. Where are we and how does that work?
Yeah, it's Soho House.
Yeah, well, I also feel like it's kind of, you see it, you go anywhere and you see an iPad, know you're about to tip for something you never would have tipped for before in your life.
But you work for tips and you're not supportive of that.
But that's why, because people see that and now they think I'm making hourly and I don't need a tip, because now they're tipping everyone in their lives that are making hourly. It hurts us because then people are like, okay, well, why am I'm tipping $1, but obviously this person's probably making $10 an hour working here. But now I'm going to tip them a little extra, but they're going to split that with them. But they're still getting their paychecks. If you didn't tip them, their bills are still paid. Yeah. Now people are going out, well, I don't tip. They're getting paid. Why should I tip? When people I'll have
you ask for tip everywhere.
Right. So it's like now there's people aren't able to realize which ones are getting paid hourly and which ones aren't.
That's I think the problem.
And I think that's why it is hurting us a little bit more, because there's even a venue fee at where we have that is like kind of like a transaction, but it's like $2 on there. If you have like an $80 tab, you see a $2 venue fee. People will circle that, thinking it's the tip. And it's like
they're selecting that option.
I don't know if I support that.
Well, they'll show that I'm tipping you right there. That's why I'm not tipping you.
Which is purely just trying to make themselves feel okay about not tipping. That's all it is.
A lot of times, if it's at a point to where like I'm making, like say it's like an $80 tab, that's like 4 drinks, maybe 2 shots and a beer.
Okay.
And I'm kind of making those, and then you don't tip me, and I have time or I see it and we're a little slower, I'll go back and be like, hey, are the drinks okay? Everything good? Like, I was just curious why you didn't tip me. And
obviously, I'd be mortified. And that's the social pressure that we're scared of.
Yes, but I'll say it in a way, just be like, well, we don't make hourly, so I just want to make sure that my job was done correctly, because I thought that maybe you weren't enjoying your drinks because you didn't tip me.
Because that's what tipping was
back in the day.
It was the original rating
in its best
system.
form. In its best form, that's what it was.
So that's a way for me to,
fair.
I'm not being like, why didn't you tip me? In a way, I'm asking, hey, is your drinks okay? Is the service good? You're not coming off as rude or kind of a little bit, you know. And normally, right then, they probably already knew they should have tipped, but they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were hourly." They'll say, then they'll tip me on that, and then after that, they're either. And I've educated a lot of people on that didn't know that we didn't make hourly. And,
that's really cool.
But it's in a way of not in a mean way of being like, "Why didn't you give me that money? Give me that money." Hey, I'm just letting you know, I really got you. I've been kind of making you a priority. And
also, I'm rich, so I don't.
Rich,
I don't need.
So I don't really need it.
I don't really need it, but I'm just for your information. Perfect.
It's gonna make you look like a better person if you do tip me. So I think that's the only disconnect I see, because I feel like people give everyone your money if you can. Tip whatever.
Sure,
but it needs to be a little bit more of, hey, we get paid hourly, but if you want to give us a little extra, there you go.
And that's what we don't know.
And we don't know that. Even caddies, I would assume that caddies got paid hourly, but if they're running around at my foot and hand, going the extra mile, doing stuff for me, I feel like I should reward you because, hey,
for doing that, because that's the original sales job. Like if you had a son or a daughter and they were like, I'm going to go work cleaning golf clubs for tips. You go, do that, because you're going to learn. Just like we learned how to work, you're going to learn how to be nice to someone, how to communicate with them, how to be friendly with them, but not too pushy, but also work hard and deliver, because you want to earn a tip.
Yeah.
If I had a kid, I would send them to a tip-based job to start.
100%.
It's because it's like the first form of a sales job.
Because you got to work for your money. You can't just stand around and be like there's some places that servers will get paid hourly. But the owners will keep the tips. But then you see these people that their water's empty. They're not working hard because they
you don't want that.
Yeah, but Australia, I think it's Australia's, the bartenders don't work for tips out there.
Okay.
It's all, they get paid hourly. It's like an insult if you tip them.
I think most other countries operate that way.
A lot of places do it and it's like, if you give them extra money, it's almost like, why, you think I'm poor? You think I'm broke? Like, why are you giving me extra money? It's like an insult. But
that's what I'm going to feel here now.
There you go. Hey,
tip.
I thought I was, you don't look broke. Here's some spare change, but it's like where's I going with that? With the Australia. If I was making hourly, I would have no hustle behind me.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
I would not be going, I would not be smart. I would not be kind of like trying to get my sales together. I'd be like, oh, okay, today don't really, where would that fire under your butt?
That's what it's for. Read that one, Alex.
This says, this is from Instagram. As a server, I can tell you people barely tip anymore. People think $5 is adequate, and it's because of this tip for everything BS. So it's just more tip fatigue. People are just sick of it.
That's a great way to put it.
But that girl probably took care of a table for an hour. And got their food, got their drinks, went back and forth, really, and then they might have had a $120 tab, which is a $25 tip. And they tip her $5. And then you're just like, okay, well, it sucks because it can go that way, and then you're relying on other people in their generosity of knowing about tipping to pay your bills.
And if you run around Broadway or Nashville for a weekend, like you go to the bars, you go to the restaurants, you go to the gift shop. And you're like, it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Read some of those other ones. You want to read that one?
Yeah, this is an email from a guy named Camden H.
I thought this was good.
On the topic of when to tip / how much, tipping has gone haywire since the COVID pandemic started, and we are now supposed to feel sympathetic for all these workers and their, quote, hassles. I work in the service industry and deny tips all the time. No, you're not going to tip me for checking your ID at the Walmart self-checkout. Anyways, my dad and I have decided...
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, my dad and I have decided that if it was someone we would have tipped in 2019, then we tip them. But if it's someone that normally wouldn't have been tipped, then we don't. I hit that other option and then go to $0 so much. And man, it's actually cool to see people say, I appreciate you being a real person about this. All the love, Cam. That's that other option you were talking about last week, where you go other and then $0.
Well, I think COVID, that's an important email, because COVID, everybody was like stressed to go to work. Everybody's like, thank you so much for like work. Yeah, because we needed all those jobs, and when somebody, thank you so much for being at the gas station. Thank you so much for I guess you were like, quote, risking your life to like be a server. Like people were like, this is just my job. And a lot of people have said, I don't get tipped at my job. So like everybody's job, the majority of 95% of jobs don't get tips. You're like, I'm a ER nurse. I don't get tipped. I'm
and it comes down to that hourly
I work
thing.
in construction. I don't get tipped. But yeah, prior to 2019, because I guess if you opened a coffee shop like during COVID and you were like, holy crap, dude, my coffee shop is open. You're like, thank you so much for like this is unbelievable. Thank you so much for, I don't even know if supply chain, I don't know if you had to dig these beans yourself. I don't even know how you got here.
Yeah.
But this $4 cup of coffee is now like, I'll pay you 10 for this. And then it just
so appreciative.
And then it just stayed.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of also like, anytime you go to a coffee or a juice bar or like, it's almost, if there's an iPad, it's getting turned around. And like, oh, so it's like
they hit that pivot on you.
If there's an iPad, it's getting turned around, and you know it's coming,
and
because it's on the pivot. That's great.
And then they're gonna look a little bit.
Yeah, like they have, they got to check inventory or something. Like,
let me see if are those Apple inspectors still?
And then you got to go, because what I didn't see in all of my DMs and comments is someone that is on the other side of the register and defending it.
Yeah.
Not one. People go, I'm in 2023, my resolution is to not get bullied into tipping. And I thought that was a good way to put it. It's just like but like we all,
I do it though. I'm so bad about it.
So do I. But if somebody goes, hey, read that one. What's it say?
That's the one you're referring to. It's my New Year's resolution to not get bullied into tipping cashiers. I'm stronger than that.
You're like, okay.
I feel that on an emotional level because I think it's
I'm
also
stronger
like,
than that.
Yeah, but I like look at the person. I want them to think that like I'm nice.
Yeah, you want them to think you're nice.
That's how I.
And we're both public figures in some kind of way. And there's like the worst nightmare is Jemima June came into my store and didn't tip.
Yeah.
And she makes a living on tips.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That would be a nightmare. And that's the social bullying of it, because that's celebrities, man. Those celebrity receipts have been showing up on the internet for years. As long as the internet's been alive. Tiger Woods, Tiger Woods
calling people out.
Yes, and then when you tip, it's $20 and it's the Christmas Eve and you tip 1,000, you're like, I hope that shows up on the internet. You're like,
and it doesn't.
Oh, we're doing it doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
We're doing this whole thing. What's that one say?
Oh, this one. I went into Panera.
Panera's classic. That's
ordered my own food on the self-order kiosk, and it asked me to tip at the end. Like, who am I tipping? Myself?
What? See, that's insane.
The self-order kiosk. Who am I tipping? Myself? Well, that's like,
it's a discount.
Yeah, but you tip like Uber, like. I think a guy like cut around I was trying to get to the airport and he cut around the line and made like a very aggressive,
gotcha there.
Yeah. I tipped him $20 in cash.
Love it.
Because I feel like once it goes into the computer,
the portal,
I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
And if maybe they take a percentage of that, I don't know how that all works.
Yeah.
But if somebody does something, you do want to, and I, not as a guy that has money, but I do use that to get treatment. But that's how it's supposed to be. That's like, I don't know how else to say that, but yeah.
I get that though. I mean, and it's almost in a way of where you're like, hey, but that's I think that's in life though. Like, hey, help me out, and I'll help you out.
And everyone's like that, by the way. Every human.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. Like, if your job is to ring in that I want a green juice, and now I have to pay you for doing your job that somebody else is paying you for. That's where my disconnect is. I'm gonna still do it, but that's where my disconnect is. You still do it
just because you still put in 10.
Because I get peer pressured.
I wonder how those places hire, like at a juice place where it's like you're getting paid a decent hourly wage. I wonder if they're telling their employees, "Hey, I'm gonna pay you a little bit less because tips are now a thing." Like, I don't, you know what I mean? From the other side of that, I wonder if that's even.
You get better employees,
right?
I worked at Blue Coast Burrito for a little bit when
Flex 4.
I know. Hey, that if you haven't been there, it's great. And we got paid hourly. I think I was getting paid like $8 an hour.
Yeah.
And the tips that were there, we just split as a crew, and it was great because we get like an extra $30 that week in
All
cash.
right. Yeah.
And
I'm for that.
It was cool, but it wasn't what we relied on. You know, it wasn't. And I think that was more of, but we were kind of like, it's like Moe's. You were scooping, making stuff, and people would like give you a little extra there, but we were still making hourly. Like I was not relying.
Well, Chipotle, you don't tip, right? You don't tip at Chipotle.
I
don't think so.
I
think I would.
Maybe there is a.
They do have a kiosk.
I know that not. Yeah, they do. But
they
I know
have
that not. The Chipotles that are local, you tip at those.
Yeah.
Like it's not Chipotle or Qdoba. It's like the burrito shop.
Oh,
tip at those.
They'll have like the little cash option sometimes, but they won't have it on the ticket.
Yeah, like
and
a
so
bucket.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, don't have any cash, you know? So
that's a way out. It's a social way out of it on our side.
Yeah, if they don't have an option there.
Well, and people started asking for like $1 for like other stuff too.
At the grocery store, they hit that one
for
all
like
the time.
heart disease or for like diabetes or like Save the Whales or like there's a million other things.
Those things too, they're already donating a certain amount to the, like say Kroger is donating $100,000 to this heart prevention thing.
Yeah.
You donate $1, they're taking $1 out of their 100,000 and they're putting your $1 in it.
Insider info.
I didn't even know that.
So
really?
Like it's so that whole thing's a whole nother scam.
Yeah.
We're just subsidizing
their generosity.
Saving them money.
Dang.
And getting them a tax write-off.
And it's always it puts I guess I want to hear from the people on the other side of the swivel. Are they like, I mean, it's usually like hourly workers, but you can't go to you're like, hey, can you shut this off? It's putting me in an uncomfortable position. Like if I was getting paid $20 an hour and you were like, hey, you can get paid like 19 an hour to not have this awkward interaction at 50 times an hour, I'd go, yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah.
But I guess it's profitable because everyone does it.
Yeah.
If you see the TikTok that goes viral that said John Crist tipped 0, just let me listen to the pod the next week and let me explain.
There we go. Report back. What's the last episode?
We got to get into the news, bro.
Yeah, let's hit some. I want to do a little game.
Okay, let's do
We
it.
have some, since you're so notable for your ability to open bottles. Yeah. We pulled some other people opening bottles, and I'd love to have you watch, react, and rate them.
Oh yeah,
well, I'm down for this.
I'm so down for this.
All right, and we just
Losers.
lost Wi-Fi
internet.
as I
all
put the link.
losers.
That's fantastic.
Not very good.
Losers
not very
the
good.
bar?
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Just kidding. Huh?
Losers the bar. Is there any other popular bartenders? Notable bartenders on Broadway?
In Nashville?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. But only I know a lot of people.
I mean, I know a lot of them. Yeah.
And people will be like, you know how many times people come in here and ask me if I'm you or if I know where I work. Like,
do you know
people don't even know.
Oh, they don't know where you work.
Yeah, people don't even know where I work, or
look that up on the
they'll
internet.
see my videos. And I've had girls literally show me my TikTok and be like, "Do you know where she's working?"
She's like, "That's me, dude."
I'll be like,
"No."
Girl's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of her.
For real? No, she got fired.
Yeah, she got fired. Well, yeah. So I guess But tip Jemima.
Yeah, tip me. Every time. Come on.
Tip it. Yeah.
Every time.
Don't be fooling around.
Don't be a John Crist.
Yeah. Well, no, please. If it's that type of situation, I would always tip.
No.
But we went to the second floor of Whiskey Row the other day. Yeah. And it was unhinged. That is unhinged.
Time.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. We got Wi-Fi back. We're good to go. All right, here's the first.
What's this guy doing?
Ooh, learn how to do this. It's pretty.
Thoughts? I didn't even see it.
Real quick, I'll play it back.
Ooh, learn how to.
He's very confident about it too.
Yeah.
How did he do it?
It's just the opening it that way.
On the top? Oh yeah. All right.
It's cool. It's fast. It's easy though.
So 1 to 10?
3.
Ooh. Wow, dude.
Okay.
Tough crate.
Only because I could do. I don't know. It's easy.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good.
Do it. John can do it. Here we go.
There you go.
Here's another guy with a beer.
Oh, is he doing with his foot? 2 beers.
Let's see here.
Took him 3 tries.
How did he do it?
You put 1 beer underneath the bottle, and then you kick it, and it just pops it off. I give it a 4 because it took him 3 tries.
Wait, but if you had, I feel like everyone. I've seen some of these.
Yeah,
because people drink, and that's like it's like a party trick.
It's a party trick,
right?
Yeah, but it's a known party trick.
That one is.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is not something Jemima's not seen. You're not impressing Jemima with these.
That one's a bartender.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along.
I saw Noah do that last night. My brother.
Here's a tip to improve your life. Every door actually doubles as a bottle opener. All you have to do is tilt it in, lean it, and snap it off. You're welcome.
Awesome. As soon as I saw the
Wow.
door, I
I
was
didn't think
like,
about that.
that looks just like a. That's amazing. 10 out of 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Ooh.
That's a
'Cause
hack.
and that's
That's a
helping.
hack.
That's helping people.
And I've never seen that. That's amazing.
What do you have a bartender? You have a one on you.
I have the dog bone bar.
Do you keep it in your shirt?
I keep it in my pants.
Keep it in your pants.
Unless
Yeah. Some
it's-
people keep them in their shirt.
I'll
on
keep
their-
it in
on
my
their-
shirt
yeah.
or my hip during the summertime
Yeah.
because I'm like barely wearing clothes.
Oh yeah. Okay. We get
So
sweaty.
hot up
We
there.
don't want your sweat on our beer.
Yeah, you're still ordering a beer though.
Dang. Well, there you go. That's how
As much
COVID. That's how
people-
COVID started.
There you go. That's why it's still going strong, right? No, I mean that's why people say stuff about like my bar tool being there, but
Yeah.
they only say it on the internet. Nobody ever says it to me in real life.
No idea. That's good. That's
So-
story of the internet. Story
you
of the
go.
internet.
Tip an extra for that.
All right, here
Yeah.
we
There you
go.
go.
Why'd she hit the bottle?
She
Oh.
broke it. What'd you do?
She kind of like it's called sabering, right? Where you can, I mean, she did a poor job of it, but
Yeah.
where you can slide a knife down the neck of the bottle, and it can pop the top off of it. It looks like she shattered the top.
Oh
though.
yeah, you can't drink that.
Because it's supposed to make the bubbles and the
Yeah.
stuff kind of
Yeah.
push up and then. That's a great new lip piercing.
Yeah. 0 out of 10.
For real,
Unsafe.
yeah.
Would not
unsafe.
recommend.
I would not
Unsafe.
recommend. Sabering.
All right, and then how about this one?
Yeah, this guy's insane.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I got tagged in this so
Oh, you
many
did?
times on
Okay,
TikTok.
yeah.
We actually now
You guys
follow,
are
we follow
dating
each other now. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're practically like an item. But-
Reality show
yeah,
next
there you
quarter.
go.
Yeah.
But he lives in Vegas, and
Does he?
that's wild. I've never seen anything like that.
Also, who's
Ever.
ordering 12 beers?
Can
2,
beers out
3,
as
4,
well.
5, 6,
That's a
7,
couple
8,
buckets.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
How does he open the top one though?
Mm.
He's gonna break a nail.
The first one, you talking about the first
The
one?
one he's holding.
It's also very shaken up at this
Yeah.
point too. Look at how much.
Oh, yeah,
it's
he's
just
flipping it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shake,
he was shaking this
shake,
one, dude.
shake,
Yeah,
shake.
yeah.
True.
That's one of
That's
those-
the one that you shake on you at the end.
Yeah.
You
That's the
choke.
one you
Stone
go,
cold.
hey,
Yeah.
are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
trying to mess
I
this
think
up.
that's a 10 out of 10. That's
Yeah.
a very new technique.
That's a cool community that everybody like somebody does something cool and you're I bet somebody he posted that and he goes, don't you know who does this better than you? This girl in
Oh,
Nashville named
yeah.
Jemima June.
Yeah, I mean, I got tagged in it like
Yeah.
so much. I was
Yeah.
like constantly popping up, and then that's how we connected though, because he's like, "Who's this girl
Yeah.
getting all my videos?"
Oh, what up?
What's up,
Now
my
you got to try it.
husband?
Who's the somebody's got to be like
cans are cute though.
yeah because
Just
there's always been the mixed drink bottle
Flipping the flare,
that guy
Yeah.
who's he? That's a different.
the flare, yeah. But the flare,
He's like flipping it and going like
can
and then going behind his back and like pouring your drink.
yeah, you can only really do that with like this much alcohol in the bottle though,
Okay.
because you won't look next time you see something like that. Look how full the bottle is.
Great point.
It's this
When somebody
full.
you don't want a shot, they flip it and
Mhm.
give it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so, and I don't got time for that. Like,
Yeah.
you see how busy I
It's
am.
those
with-
very like artisan like what's it called when you like you have to go walk through a fridge to get into the place? What are those
Like a
places?
speakeasy?
Yeah, this place is the worst.
It's more of like for the show.
You had to walk through a fridge to get
They-
there.
If you
Those
can
kind of
find the
places,
fridge,
yeah.
if you can find
And it's
the
like some
fridge.
guy. There's
Yeah.
one below the Virgin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are we doing,
What are we
dude?
doing
And he's like
here?
acting like he's like, I go, dude, we're trying to go to the bar.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like,
But you know, like the red door.
the red
thing?
door is not.
The
I'd look through
phone
the
booth
you look
Yeah.
one.
what?
Like, you know, it's
Red
on
phone booth.
the red phone booth.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you meant looking through the floor.
Oh, at red door. No, no, but
Okay.
it's the red. Of course, you
Oh,
love
yeah,
red
yeah,
door.
yeah.
The red phone booth on.
Yeah.
I think it's on 8th
Yeah.
and Commerce or
Okay,
something.
yeah,
but
yeah.
you see people sitting out there looking like idiots trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like who do they call? What
What
they,
is
like,
it? Yeah.
How hard it is just to get into this little bar that nobody
Yeah.
knows about. It's not even that cool.
And they're like, maybe we should put out some advertisements.
Yeah.
Like where nobody's in
We're
here.
not,
Yeah.
we're not making any sales.
Hey, instead
guys.
of like a bunch of ice cubes, we have one, and
Exactly.
we trimmed it. Okay, dude, we're
Yeah.
just trying to get drunk.
I
dude.
know.
Why do we have to say a password? And why do you have a handlebar
And it's
mustache?
like $25 just for the ice cube, pretty much.
And it's like, no, I don't want ginger.
What do you mean you don't do buckets?
Yeah, no,
Right.
dude. Well, do you have any Bud Light?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What? Oh, the most popular alcohol in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bring me that one.
Let's
I'll
go
be
that
fine.
one. Like, no, we just have this IPA that was made over in the corner of East Nashville. There's only 3 of them,
Yeah,
And
and
this
it
is one of the
tastes
cans.
horrible.
and it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
That's like the Jenny's, the ice cream. Like
Jenny's.
they have like lavender.
Dude,
I go,
loves me some Jenny's,
where's
though.
cookies and cream?
Sorry, I literally got the lavender ice cream. Like
No,
2 weeks ago. 2
No.
weeks ago,
Yeah.
it was
It's
good,
so
but I
good.
could only eat a little bit of it before I was so lavender.
They have
but-
they have like essential oil flavors of ice cream.
I know.
I'm like, what is this?
And
like,
it's true though, because the lavender looked so appealing to me, and then my sister
Yeah.
Pearl got the
of course, you have a
caramel
sister named Pearl,
chocolate.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Where's
Well,
the cookies and where's the cookie dough ice cream?
I ate half of hers.
Yeah.
Because I was over the lavender one.
Yeah,
That's
because
what
you
I
know why
wanted.
McDonald's is on every block? Because it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, and they figured it out how to make it great. And you're like, we're gonna have like a graham cracker ice cream that also has like
M&M's.
and well, that sounds good,
That sounds
but they don't have
delicious.
that. They're like, we also have like a mocha in there, and also what's the place like essential oils that you're like, what's that? Not peppermint, tea tree or something. I'm like,
Tea tree oil.
this is not. No one likes this.
Yeah.
No one likes, but it's like part of their like thing.
Let's get some green tea and some hibiscus
Yeah.
in there. Let's keep it going. Yeah, I mean, but I'm a little hippie though, so I like that.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, you taking it.
But I
from
do
your
love some
parents.
chocolate.
What did Lizzo say?
We got some news. Yeah.
All right,
so
we'll wrap this up. Jemima can comment on the news.
So we got some
no.
news. Lizzo tweeted yesterday. She said, "This may be a random time to say this."
Yeah, go for it.
7:12.
I like
a.m.
Lizzo, by the way.
7:12 a.m. on
Yeah,
a Sunday.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is a random time to say
You can
this.
say whatever you want.
But it's on my heart. Cancel culture is appropriation.
Yeah.
There was real outrage from truly marginalized people, and now it's become trendy, misused, and misdirected. I
Yeah,
hope we can phase out of this and focus our outrage on the real problems.
I agree with this.
Same, 100%.
Yeah. I think you're gonna.
That's because you got canceled.
No.
Like, where was this tweet
He's like,
3 years
come
ago?
on, guys.
Where was this in 2019?
Lizzo!
Okay. Or like, I don't typically agree with anything Lizzo says. Guys,
Yeah.
hey, let's listen to Lizzo,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
Show
come
some
on.
respect.
She's like, straight
Show
white
some
comedians
respect.
need more
Thank
understanding.
you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the deal with needs more understanding? Straight white male comedians in their 30s need to be shown some
Yeah.
respect.
Let's give them grace.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've had all the power for so long and they're losing it. And they are having a
Cut 'em
hard
some
time.
slack.
That would be scary.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where are the jokes?
That would be scary.
Can you imagine? Take a walk
Let's
in his
put
shoes.
ourselves in their
Yeah.
shoes. Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
I think she crushed this.
Let me just say,
Yeah.
I agree with this. And again, I'm not trying to take any kind of credit. If she gets 5 flexes, let me just get half of one.
Sure.
In 2020, I came out with things at Walmart that need to be canceled, which is the same with your bottle opener. Put me, in essence, on the map.
Yeah.
It was my biggest video times 100. It was like everything needs to be canceled. Meaning, what I was doing was making light of everything. What she says, it's now becoming trendy, misused, and misdirected. It was at the beginning, not the Me Too movement of the people being canceled was good.
Yeah.
Everyone, and I was saying, I think is the first guy to go, hey, this seems like my video was saying, well, let's cancel everything.
Yeah.
Oh, fake plants? Really? You can't let the natural greenhouse of Nashville? Like, really? You're canceled. And everybody goes, and everybody loved it, shared, and commented, and went viral because everyone goes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And this is what she's saying. I mean, cancel culture is appropriation is a wild. that's a wild thing to say.
She's saying, like, so complaining should be reserved to marginalized groups is kind of what
I
that
agree.
is saying. I
But
love
cancel
it.
culture is appropriation is just like
Yeah.
a wild headline.
Yeah.
It's a wild headline.
Yeah.
I'm with that though.
Yeah, dude, she
Yeah.
crushed this.
Have you been canceled for anything?
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. We'll find something.
You keep going live on
We'll
TikTok.
find something.
Oh yeah,
Give
for
it time.
sure.
We'll
I mean,
find
come
something.
on, everyone's got to get canceled at some point,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah.
what. Yeah. How many followers you got now?
A little, like almost 700,000.
Let's go.
Crazy,
I know.
bro.
What kind of DMs you get?
I don't really check my DMs.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
That's the right answer.
Well, and, yeah, it's just I don't want to either hurt my self-esteem or not respond to people. So it's like
it's a lose-lose.
Those are the only two options there.
Lose. Unless somebody says producer from the Tonight Show, answer that one.
Yeah, I'll answer that one. Those are like my Instagram ones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah.
Other news: Jeremy Renner
saw that.
Almost died over the weekend.
Yeah.
It was his own plow. Too.
Yeah, his own snow plow. Yeah. And so I found a picture of his snowplow. He posted this last winter.
Great info.
But I mean, it's
Jeez,
it's not. It's more tractor than snowplow.
He got run over by that.
He was clearing, I guess, like on his property. There's a lot of roads, and he was clearing.
Where does he
clearing
live?
roads? I don't know. I couldn't find that.
My
but,
goodness.
He maybe Tahoe. This says hashtag Tahoe Life. But he was clearing roads for people and himself, and I think got out at one point to help somebody, and this thing rolled, and I guess ran him over. Is what the story looks like. So he's okay,
it's an awesome story to have though. Like gnarly
I think
scars.
it's brutal.
Banged up, dude.
Yeah, you go down like that. Yeah, that's like that's like a cool thing to
It's
be.
like I'm alive.
Yeah, trying to help other people.
Yeah.
Or was he?
Yeah.
Is he trying to clear the snow?
Yep.
Good for him.
Wild.
Everybody go see his movies whenever they come out.
Yeah, but whenever that happened, it wasn't being talked about because of the that football.
Somebody
game,
else died.
that
Oh
Monday
yeah,
night
DeMar
football
Hamlin.
game,
Yeah.
So I remember,
Which is
back
wild.
in the-
He looks like he's doing great. By the way.
Yes. Yeah.
That is a miracle.
Unreal, dude. Yeah. Looks like brain function is good. Like,
I was gonna tweet something about like everybody's like thoughts and prayers don't work. Also, but I was like that's not contributing. That's not helping the conversation.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else. I don't know what else you credit that to,
dude.
That he was like, that he's like speak.
It looks like medically it's a miracle. Like the fact that his brain function is normal after being not breathing for I think 9 minutes or whatever it was. Yeah.
Gosh, beautiful. What do we got here?
And that leads us into Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah, John, you're gonna like this. You know who Bad Bunny is?
Yeah, I know that he's huge, but I could
huge.
never. If I saw him in the street, I wouldn't recognize him.
Not same. I've been like obsessed with him.
Yeah,
because he's like the biggest selling like
all year. He was the #1 artist this
by
year.
far,
Yeah.
and like sold out. Like, I was in like the comedy club in Boston, and it was like Fenway Park and he's like 3 shows sold out. Bad. I go, who?
Like, yeah.
We talk about him all the time
in Spanish.
Yeah. Oh, even better.
Yeah.
All right. So this video.
So this is him. It looks like he's walking somewhere. He's got his team with him.
That's not him.
That's
just a sweating guy. That's him.
I believe so.
I think so. Okay, play it.
Sweating guy.
He's sweating. It looks like he's sweating.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him. Throws it in the water.
She was putting her phone in his face.
Throws it in the water.
Disrespectful. That's a boss move.
Gosh, dude. People don't.
He's also like, sue me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, come get
Let's go.
Like people don't understand.
So that's just a fan, though.
Yeah,
I mean, she is.
And look at her, but she's panicking, dude. She's like, wait.
Panicking.
True, but like, look how close she was to him. She could have sniffed his armpit. Like,
yeah,
that's in his.
It's in way too deep.
That's
and
in
he's
his
walking to
personal
wherever.
space.
He goes, whoop, gone.
I love that you can see it.
Does he have a reputation of?
I don't
doing
think
this
so.
with fans?
No, I've never seen him do this
So
before.
then she probably deserved it.
Yeah, gosh, the best, dude. That's the best.
I love that you can see it
And
fly.
you
in the
can tell
background.
that it's the water because you see a boat back there.
Yeah.
So she ain't getting that phone.
Nah,
back.
she knew. Look at her face. She goes,
Yeah. Bye.
bye. I like when people like
Look.
It's-
Oh.
I'd be like, I was with Bad Bunny. I was like, you weren't anymore.
Yeah, right.
You got no proof
Show
of
me
it
some
now.
proof, yeah.
You're gonna go down to the. I mean, that thing is gone.
And he
dude.
just walks off.
I'm surprised she could have gotten that close to him. Where's his security? And
He was,
stuff?
yeah. Do you ever see Jemima like when
wild.
people are like the best thing about TikTok is when people post this type of stuff like trying to like out Bad Bunny and then the comments go the other way.
Yeah, like,
all the comments like you shouldn't have been in his face.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah. Like when people try to like expose, it'd be something similar to tipping. Look at this guy. You're like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, and then you go, oh, I thought.
Dude, imagine
Oh,
posting
yeah.
something like that, thinking you
Yeah.
had it, and then the whole entire thing just flips over
You're
on
like,
you.
what?
That's like
Yeah.
the best TikToks, though.
Those
Those
are
are the
best.
ones.
Yeah, we talked about
you
them
go
before.
you go to the comments and you're like,
yeah, because he goes,
Like,
shouldn't have been in his face. That girl's crazy. It's a
exactly.
way. It's a boundary crossing times 100.
Yeah.
But it's so funny though, because a lot of the TikToks, they're so easy one way or the other.
Yeah,
so
easy. Yeah.
I could have gone right, but if you're posting a right video, I'm
Yeah.
gonna want to go left.
Yeah, you're gonna want to go the opposite way.
Yeah. So
but
it's
sometimes you look like the one of Drew Barrymore, like dancing in the rain.
Oh my God.
I thought that was like silly, but I went in the comments and everybody's like, "Yes, girl," and I go, "Okay, maybe I'm wrong on this one."
Yeah.
Like she was like, "If you ever," it was like a very elitist, like
get
Hollywood.
in the rain.
If it's ever raining, get in the rain and just enjoy it and soak up. And everybody's like, and I was like, she's gonna get crushed. And then everybody's like, love this Drew Barrymore energy. I go, wait, what? How did I go, all right, I gotta just let it. I don't think
Imagine
that's
if I went out there just feeling that now,
Yeah.
like for myself.
That's it.
Like,
Yeah, love this Drew Barrymore energy. Yeah. And I was like, all right. There it is. Yeah,
I haven't seen this.
You haven't seen it? Oh.
No.
This is Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, all right, go back to the start.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Whenever you can go out into the rain, do not miss the opportunity.
All right, and everybody was like, love this. We
Yeah.
need more Drew Barrymore. I go, what?
It was wild.
I go, I thought we were okay. Yeah.
Like maybe a year ago,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
probably would have
yeah.
crushed her. So it's wild because, and then that voiceover was used for so much stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's like for serious stuff, for joking stuff, it could have gone right or left.
That's the roulette. Well, that's the roulette because I've seen people be critical of you sometimes. You haven't been canceled, but critical of you of like either money or so, and you repost them sometimes because that's like the roulette of the internet that we're all playing. It's like if you want to like post, you have to be ready that it might go 30 million and you might get crushed.
Yeah.
That's the gamble that we all, if you, anybody, I'm just trying to, but you put it on the internet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You put, not somebody, you did.
Yeah.
So if you want to, in essence, there should be a release.
Yeah, you
Like,
asked
hey,
for this.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny though because it's the comments that will call you out, and then you'll respond to that comment,
Yeah.
and then you go to the comment, and they deleted it.
Yeah.
they're
No,
not-
never mind.
You're like, that's what I got.
You
Let's
got
go.
it. Win. I'll take that as a. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna go by. I'm off this weekend. Should we go by see Jemima?
Yeah, I'm down.
We'll go see Jemima
Let's do
June.
it.
If you're in Nashville, what are your socials?
Jemima June.
Jemima June, and you can go to. If you follow me, go to my followers. You can find her. Jemima June. Send her a nice DM. Go down
I'm
to.
on that small list.
She won't read it.
Go down to Whiskey Row Rooftop Thursday,
Yes.
Friday, Saturday.
And say hi to me. I know I look mean, but I'm actually pretty nice.
She's very nice.
I do have really bad resting.
Yeah.
resting.
How do you say
Resting bartender face?
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
That's what it should be.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm gonna rebrand that.
There you
now.
go. You
I'm
got it.
going on a
That's-
t-shirt.
That's pretty good. Resting
That's
bartender.
going
Good.
on a
Well,
t-shirt.
thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. This was
I
actually
mean,
really
yeah,
fun.
sure, it was a little weird, but on the net, it was a positive. It was a positive. You cannot be serious. On the net, it's a positive.